Good morning. Awesome. I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 29th Annual Black Graduation Recognition Ceremony at Cal State University San Bernardino. Clap it up, clap it up. Before I introduce myself, I just want each of you to give yourselves a round of applause for the work that you've put in to get your family members to this point. My name is Charles Gaylord. I'm the coordinator of the Pan-African Student Success Center. I also had the pleasure, along with Ashley Howard, as serving as one of the co-chairs of the planning committee for our Black graduation ceremony. We are ready to begin the ceremony. So let's clap it up, yeah. All right, so will the platform party please come forward and remain standing? Will faculty please come forward? All right, y'all, the moment y'all all been waiting for. Will the class of 2022 please come forward? Let's give our class of 2022 another round of applause, please. All right, so now I call Miss Angela Williams to the stage, who is a current graduating senior majoring in social work. She will lead us in the singing of the Black National Anthem. If everyone can please stand.
Now, you know it's dangerous to give a mic to a black girl on a church Sunday morning. God bless you. And feel free to sing along with me. And sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun, let us march on till victory is won. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died, yet with a steady beat have not our weary feet come to the place which our fathers sighed. For we have come over the way with the tears has been watered. We have come treading our path through the blood of the slaughtered. Out from the gloomy past till now we stand at last, where the white gleam of our bright star has cast. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on the way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light, keep us forever in the path we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee, lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world we good land.
One more time for Miss Angela Williams. All right, everyone please be seated. All right, to honor our ancestors and those that have passed on, I now invite Professor Kathy Irvin to the stage, who will lead us in the libation.
Good morning. What'd you say, Angela? It's Sunday. Good morning.
Good morning.
Family, friends, colleagues, and graduates. On behalf of the Black faculty, staff, and Student Association at Cal State University San Bernardino, it is my privilege to pour this morning's libation. A libation is an offering, a devotion, a recognition of the community gathered here in the corporal body and the community gathered here to support and encourage us. The community who came before, including our indigenous family on whose land we now live and work. Our blood kin and kinfolk who helped us along. Will you take a moment and think on them at this time? I pour this cool drink to recognize and welcome our community of ancestors who trusted in us, graduates, their descendants, to carry out the victory for which they sacrificed so much. We thank them for the foundations. May their love and work inspire us to carry on. And as I pour, I ask you to say, we'll say 3 times Ashe, which is so be it, or it is so. Ashe. 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 I have the pleasure to introduce Dean Rafiq Mohammed from the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences, who will now share some brief remarks.
Good morning, everyone. Professor Irvin, nobody said anything about brief to me. But at least they didn't ask me to sing. All right, well, good morning, everybody. As you just heard, my name is Rafiq Mohammed, and I have the privilege of serving as the Dean of the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences here at CSUSB. I also have the honor of representing President Morales here today. He could not make it because of a scheduling conflict. When the president asked me if I would do this, I asked him in response if I could do an impression of him as I delivered this morning's remarks. For those who don't know, President Morales, he's a Puerto Rican from the Boogie Down Bronx, and he still, although he's lived outside of New York for a long time, he still has this very distinctive New York accent. And so I was looking forward to showcasing my New York accent with y'all. But fortunately for you and for me, the president dissuaded me from doing that, saying that my future here might be uncertain if I got up here and mimicked him. So, yo, President Morales, message received. But with that said, he did ask me to extend his deepest regrets, as CSUSB's Black graduation ceremony is a tradition that he views as our campus's, one of our campus's most significant and cherished annual celebrations. To our graduates, congratulations to you on the achievement we're recognizing here today, and to your families and friends and other supporters, thank you for all of the support, encouragement, and understanding you provided to our graduates that enabled them to make it to this point in their personal and educational journeys. I think it goes without saying that they could not have made it this far without you, so thank you very much. A special thanks is also owed to the Black Faculty, Staff, and Student Association for continuing this great CSUSB tradition and for all of the support and mentorship that the BFSSA family provides our campuses, African American students, faculty, and staff. Higher education can be a very lonely place for people of color and black folks in particular, and I'm therefore grateful for the time and the energy that the BFSSA puts into fostering a supportive community here on our campus. As I was thinking about what I would say today in the president's stead, I was debating whether or not to bring this up, and I said, what the heck, it's family, I'll bring it up. But a couple of months ago, my wife came home with this t-shirt for me. The t-shirt reads, "I love being black. It's kind of dangerous, but it's dope." and I was gonna wear it today, but Professor Irvin insisted I wear regalia as an appropriate tribute to all that you all have accomplished. And I don't know how many of you know Professor Irvin here, but it's always wise to do what she says. So I'm in this medieval outfit for the sake of that. To the point of the shirt, though, I think it can go without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway, that these are trying times for black people in America. George Floyd's murder nearly 2 years ago today, only accentuated what I'm sure most folks in this room already understood all too clearly. We as a country have a long way to go to achieve the promise of America and Jefferson's unfulfilled decree that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Every shred of data, I'm a sociologist and I study racial inequality, all right? Every shred of data vividly illustrates the perpetuation of what Martin Luther King Jr. described as the two Americas. One that's prosperous and fair, and another that, to quote King, has a daily ugliness about it that transforms the buoyancy of hope into the fatigue of despair. Here we are on what I hope is the tail end of the worst catastrophe in 100 years. I'm not talking about the Trump administration. I couldn't resist, sorry. It's not even in the script. That just came out. My apologies. The worst catastrophe of 100 years, and that's COVID-19, obviously. Yet even this global pandemic that has taken the lives of nearly 6.5 million people worldwide shows all too clearly the persistence of America's original sin. According to the CDC, the pandemic has highlighted that health equity is still not a reality, as COVID-19 has unequally affected many racial and ethnic minority groups, putting them more at risk of getting sick and dying from COVID. And indeed, black Americans are still twice as likely to die from COVID-19 as their white counterparts. And that's a data point that is directly tied to our country's legacy of inequality. As we all know, just 8 days ago, an 18-year-old, as President Biden described him, hate-filled domestic terrorist, driven by some BS replacement theory, took his legally purchased AR-15 to a majority black community 200 miles from his home in New York, solely for the purpose of murdering innocent black people who were just out living their lives and buying groceries. As President Morales wrote in a message to our campus community, "We weep for those who lost their lives and their families and friends who are left devastated, as we need to look clear-eyed at the ideologies of fear and hatred which have driven these actions of these murderers. Above all, we must continue to find ways to bring the power of education and civic engagement to combat hate and ignorance. We cannot become numb to these horrible, unacceptable acts of domestic terrorism. Mass shootings in our schools, our places of worship, our places of business and entertainment, and where we do our everyday shopping are too horrifically common. These extremist actions have no place in a democratic republic, none." I am not a poet and I'm not an English professor. I think I've already put my credentials as a sociologist out there, so forgive me for those of you who know Langston Hughes better than I. But Langston Hughes is among my favorite poets, and he authored two poems that have the same title sometimes, and that title is Harlem. One of them I suspect most of you are familiar with, and I'll get to that poem in a second. But the first one that is the one that of all of his poems that I've read has affected me the most. In that poem he writes, "Here on the edge of hell stands Harlem, remembering the old lies, the old kicks in the back, the old be patient they told us before. Sure, we remember the job we never had, never could get, and can't have now because we're colored. So we stand here on the edge of hell in Harlem and look out at the world and wonder what we're going to do in the face of what we remember." I've been in this game for a long time, screaming from any rooftop that will have me about persistent racial inequality and that we remember. And I know this is a celebration, so I'm not trying to bring y'all down, all right? And it's a celebration of all of these talented young women and men who we honor here today and all that they've accomplished. But I do want everyone in here to remember what black people have endured for centuries in America and what black people still wrestle with today. But just like working out, from these challenges has come unmatched resolve and strength. I also realize that the road to racial justice is long, and despite what we remember, and despite the wounds of American inequality and racial hatred that refuse to fully close, I do see things going on that give me hope for a better and more just tomorrow. Less than 2 years ago, I think as we all know, Kamala Harris was elected our first African-American, first woman Vice President of the United States. Yes, indeed. Cori Bush, a mother, a nurse, and a Black Lives Matter activist, was elected the first black woman to represent Missouri in the U.S. Congress. And I'm talking Missouri, which is the same state that brought us the despicable Dred Scott versus Sanford case in which the Supreme Court declared Negroes were not citizens of the United States and had no rights which the white man was bound to respect. And just a couple of months ago, the Senate confirmed President Biden's nomination of Ketanji Brown Jackson to the U.S. Supreme Court, making her the first black woman and only third, I'm not going to qualify that, only third black person to serve as a justice on the highest court in the land. In response to her appointment to the court and her confirmation, Senator Cory Booker from New Jersey referred to Justice Jackson's confirmation as a day of healing and a reaffirming of black people's faith in this country. Booker said, "There's a lot of us who want to believe in the promise of America, but you get weary holding on to that dream, and you really want to hold on to any indication that your faith and your love for this nation is justified." In his other and more well-known poem titled Harlem, Langston Hughes wrote, "What happens to a dream deferred? Does it dry up like a raisin in the sun or fester like a sore and then run? Does it stink like rotten meat or crust and sugar over like a syrupy sweet? Maybe it just sags like a heavy load, or does it explode?" After Justice Jackson's confirmation, the profound New York Times columnist Charles Blow wrote, quote, "So many black girls needed this moment, needed this win, and so many of them could benefit from receiving a letter from Booker telling them what he'd told Jackson. You will make your moments on your merits, but the support and encouragement you receive will flow from your folks. We will have your back." Graduates, you are the real-life manifestation of Langston Hughes' dreams and the dreams of so many black people who came before you. These are folks who were bold enough to insist on the promise of America. The only difference is that your presence here today illustrates all too clearly that that dream no longer needs to be deferred and that the dream is not drying up like a raisin in the sun. Class of 2022, everyone in this room and everybody on this campus is proud of you. We believe in you, and we will have your back. On behalf of President Morales, myself, and the entire CSUSB family, my heartfelt congratulations to you all. It is my pleasure to introduce our student speaker, Roriana Bowman, who is a graduating senior majoring in communication studies with a minor in nonprofit management.
Good morning. I don't even have classes this early in the morning, so y'all gotta bear with me, okay? Okay. Y'all gonna be here for a while too, because like Aaliyah, I got a whole 4-page letter for y'all, so. Okay. I would like to thank all of the families that are here today who have supported graduates throughout our journeys. I especially would like to thank my boyfriend, Rob, and my children, Emery and Leilani, for being excruciatingly patient as they sacrificed spending time with me to my late nights at the library and my late nights on the couch grinding to get assignments completed, and taking all of my I can'ts, my not right nows, and the recently added, please don't ask me until after graduation. The most valuable thing that we have is time. There never seems to be enough of it, and we can never get it back. So I sincerely appreciate you allowing me this time to invest in myself for the betterment of our family as a whole. I love you, and I appreciate you. I am truly honored to have, thank you. I am truly honored to have served as the co-president of the Black Student Union, the vice president of the Student African American Sisterhood, student representative for the Black Faculty, Staff, and Student Association, and to be asked to be the student keynote speaker for the Black graduating class of 2022. As a communications major who has painstakingly studied the art of conveying a message to any audience in a way that resonates with them, we are going to see if I truly earned this degree. Okay. Graduation speeches are usually filled with cliche anecdotes, and mine will be no different. As a matter of fact, I do have a prize for the first person who can correctly guess the number of cliches included in this speech. So if you think you got it, come see me after. Welcome to the other side of the pandemic. Many people did not make it to this side with us. I marvel at the Black faces here today because it wasn't just the pandemic that stood in opposition of us being here today. Everything that we encounter, whether implicitly or explicitly, reinforces the narrative that we shouldn't be here. The system isn't designed for us to succeed, whether it was our inadequately resourced schools or teachers that flat out told us that we never amount to anything. From socioeconomic classes that forces Black children to grow up fast in order to be caretakers of younger or ailing family members, to watching our parents struggle to make ends meet only to realize that we couldn't even afford the college application fee. The system depends on our insecurities and our complacency to the narratives that say we shouldn't be here. But we allowed our dreams to be bigger than our fears, and we did it anyway. Sometimes our dreams are going to be bigger than others can see. I've talked many times about my decision to move from Ohio to California and the concern and fear that my family had. How my dad and sister made bets on how long it would take for me to come crawling back waving my white flag in defeat. They knew I wouldn't have anyone to come to my rescue when the going got tough. And think about it. One of the most expensive states in the US, no housing, just me, my kids, my boyfriend, and a dream. If I were them, I would have bet against me too. But what they didn't know is that I had a village waiting for me here at Cal State San Bernardino. Despite being a minority amongst minorities, we roll up our sleeves and we do it anyway. And if anyone is wondering, after 5 years, an associate's degree, and now a bachelor's degree, no, they have still yet to pay up. So, y'all need to tell them. Run me that money. Come on. My point is, don't let the fear of others or the fear of the unknown dictate your destiny. Sometimes you'll have to do what's never been done before to get where you've never gone before. This means that you may find yourself being the first in many things, and yes, that may be scary, but do it anyway. For me, I am the first in my family to join a Greek letter organization. And not just any Greek letter organization, okay? The first, the finest, the pioneering, the persevering, the oh so pretty Sisterhood of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I have not only gained lifelong sisters, but being a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha has awarded me the opportunity and experiences that truly prepared me for the world I will encounter after graduating. Some of you already are the first in your families to graduate for college. I see y'all's first generation stoles. Don't stop here. What other generational curses will you be the first to break? Don't stand around and wait for the person with the big voice to make the first move or to shake things up and spark change. Where are my introverts at? I see y'all, okay. Believe it or not, I identify as an introvert myself. And I know what y'all thinking. Y'all like, Royana, you are literally the president, the vice president, or somehow involved in every single Black org on campus. But it's true. I don't really like being the center of attention. People often give me anxiety, and I especially detest walking up to strangers and trying to spark a conversation. Just, no, Jesus, please, just don't. I didn't plan on being a student leader. I just wanted to be a fly on the wall. I didn't want to be responsible for anything, and I especially didn't want to be blamed if things went wrong. But it took being pushed by people who saw the leader in me, like Anthony or Twyla, to now become what I refer to as a situational extrovert. So I turn it off and I turn it on. Being that Black students make up less than 4% of the student body here at this Hispanic serving institution, it's important that we have spaces where we feel supported and like we belong. And of course, in the midst of the pandemic, these Black orgs were more important than ever. So I stepped out of my comfort zone and I did it anyway. Your voice has weight too. In these roles, you all were leading me. When it came to designing programming, we centered it around your desires and needs. When it came to advocating for the needs of Black students, it was your voices that I echoed in these board meetings. Never be afraid to speak up. When it may be difficult to do so, do it anyway. I had to learn to be comfortable with being uncomfortable because the reality is I was standing for something way bigger than myself. Life will push us to our limits and put us in positions where we try to avoid our entire lives. Many times, life will require us to step out of our comfort zone and take charge and be the leaders that we are destined to be. And let me be totally clear, this is not about being fearless. When we think about the shoulders on which we stand, our ancestors who were escaping slavery, sitting at lunch counters, refusing to give up their seats, they were afraid, but they did it anyway. They sat in that fear and that state of discomfort because they were fighting for something so much more than themselves. It isn't about being fearless, it's about having courage, being afraid, and doing it anyway. Comfort is problematic because comfort doesn't bring about change. Comfort is our silence, which is rooted in the insecurity and the narratives that told us that we aren't supposed to be here. But in the wise words of singer Eugene King, your Black presence is necessary. Don't doubt your worth, always add tax. You are the most powerful person in any room that you walk into despite any hierarchy that exists. Do not allow institutional systems to dictate your power because 9 times out of 10, you had to overcome more obstacles in your everyday life to get where you are today. You are not an imposter. Don't put a period where God put a question mark. Don't put a question mark where God put a period, sorry. Some of the storms you weathered, your coworkers could never. The most powerful thing we can give ourselves is our mind, our thoughts, our ideas, and the knowledge we gained during the time here at CSUSB. It is one thing that can't be taken from us. The most powerful thing that we can give others is our voice. So how will you use your voice? Go out, be great. Come back and make your communities greater. Being a leader is in your DNA. I wish you peace upon your journey, and remember that history has its eyes on you.
Let's give Roriana another round of applause. Before you get comfortable, Rory, can you please come back to the stage? Come back to the stage. I just want to say a couple words. I've worked with Roriana for the past year and a half in my capacity as the advisor to the Black Student Union. And this woman is the epitome of what a student activist and what a student advocate should be. So I just want y'all to really acknowledge the work that she's put in for this campus. But on behalf of the Black Faculty, Staff, and Student Association, we would like to present you a gift. Oh.
That's all right.
Edit it out. We want to present you a gift for being our keynote speaker and for all of the things that you've done for our campus. If you want, but you can just take it and open it later. You want to open it? You open it? Okay.
I think this one.
Put it right here. We'll knock everything else over. It's wrapped.
Oh, it's wrapped? This one on- You got a box?
I think you know what it is. Oh, well. See? No. You can pull it, but. Impromptu. Take it out.
No, it won't come out. Hold.
Thank you. All right. So you can just take that. We'll... That part wasn't supposed to happen, but black folk, we know how to improvise, so that's what we do. But let's thank Roriana for the speech and excuse my clumsiness. But before we proceed, I want to introduce our keynote speaker. Tiffany Dina Lofton is a national social and racial justice organizer. She trains movement leaders on the fundamentals of power relationships and organizational capacity building to directly improve the conditions of communities of color. Tiffany served as the National Director for the Youth and College Division at the NAACP. Her mission there was to train, organize, and uplift Black leaders everywhere who fight for racial, social, and economic equity for all people. She has worked with 340 middle, high school, and college autonomous chapters under her leadership, who are constantly recruiting new members that organize local and national campaigns like ending mass incarceration, ending gun and police violence, school safety, college affordability, and protecting and increasing democracy. Ms. Lofton has a 5-year background in the National Labor Union organizing, working at the American Federation of Teachers, the National Education Association, and the American Federation of Labor Council of Industrial Organizations, otherwise known as AFL-CIO. As a labor civil rights organizer, she created the labor union's only national curriculum that helps workers understand better how race and inequality are part of every collective bargaining fight. She helped create coalitions with community organizations like Black Lives Matter, Dream Defenders, and United We Dream. Under her leadership, she coordinated a national commission of 30 national presidents and vice presidents to meet with local community leaders to address the issues of police brutality, healthcare, and racism in the union, and work to create a list of demands that both local labor leaders and national leaders could implement. Tiffany's first job after college was serving as president of the United States Student Association, where she coordinated a college affordability campaign to break contracts between the Department of Education and student loan profiteers like Sallie Mae. She worked with 7 statewide student associations and coordinated a national electoral campaign which registered over 150,000 young voters in the 2012 presidential election. Ms. Lofton has been nationally recognized, appearing on the Oprah Winfrey Network, CNN, Good Morning America, Fox News, ABC, NBC, National Public Radio, Al Jazeera, and many more. A passionate organizer for the liberation of communities of color. In 2015, she was appointed by President Barack Obama to serve on the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans in Higher Education. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Ms. Tiffany Dina Lofton to the stage.
Thank you, Charles. Good morning, everybody. Oh, y'all look so good. Whose first time is it back in like a big space to celebrate Black people? Raise your hand. Since the pandemic. Okay, so I don't feel like we've done that yet, and I know that's coming later when you actually get your certificates, but can we take 5 seconds to celebrate all of the accomplishments that these young, incredibly dynamic Black young folks have just finished? Can we take 5 seconds? This is supposed to be a celebration. And I want to also give it up for all of the parents. And that does not mean that you birthed one of them. It just means that you were a part of raising this incredible community. Can you give it up for yourselves if you helped somebody get to the stage today? I want to make sure that we take 10 seconds, okay? I know it's been said, but I think in honor of us celebrating and practicing resistance, which is what I want to talk about today, that we take 10 seconds of silence for the people who have had their lives stolen at the hands of white supremacy. And I don't want to ignore what happened on Friday here in this very city. So can we take 10 seconds? You can meditate, you can pray, you can libation yourself, drink some water, whatever you got to do, but 10 seconds, here we go. Thank you. Everybody exhale. Because although that happened across the country, we are not separate from that community. Those are our people and we are them. I want to thank Charles for making this so easy. Where Charles goes, thank you so much. We've coordinated a lot over text message, and that's been super easy to do, and I appreciate you for your leadership here at the institution to support this class, but also all the work you do that you don't get thanked for. So thank you very much for the work that you do. To Cal State San Bernardino, Black faculty and staff and student association, thank you for asking me to be a part of this celebration. It's been a minute, 2 years, and I've spoken at a lot of graduations. My favorites are always the Black graduation because we are unapologetically Black. I wanted to make sure I was in the right space, okay? That was a question / statement. We are unapologetically Black, correct? Okay. And we don't need people's permission to celebrate ourselves, correct? And we're not asking to do it in the traditional way or in a medieval way or in a way that allows us, that forbids us from celebrating in the way that our ancestors taught us how to celebrate. So can we celebrate that unapologetically? In honor of what was said earlier, and thank you for the libations, this is why I love the Black celebrations. We just do what we know how to do best, and white people be looking at us like, what are y'all doing? Lift up your voice and sing as the national anthem? That's not it. Okay, so I want to celebrate 2 ancestors that I want to name who helped get us here to this moment. Some of y'all might not know who these folks are, and if you have a paper and pen or a cell phone, you might want to write these down. The first is Alexander Lucius Twilight. Say it with me, Alexander Lucius Twilight. Doesn't that sound like a Black name? An American educator, minister, and politician. Mr. Twilight was the first African-American man known to have earned a bachelor's degree from an American college or university, graduating from Middlebury College in 1823. We ain't in 1823. Sometimes it feels like it, but we're not in 1823. Take a second to appreciate him in his grave right now for breaking down doors and allowing us to graduate. And I have to, because I'm a bald-headed, skinny, young black woman, I have to make sure that I put emphasis on black women. Black women. That wasn't loud enough for me, but I've got a time limit. Okay. Mary Jane Patterson, say it with me, was not only the first black woman in the United States to earn a college degree in 1862, almost 40 years later after Mr. Twilight. She did it by declining to take regular courses at Oberlin College and instead insisted that she take the programs on Greek, Latin, and higher mathematics that were designed for only men. So she broke down the door for black women and was like, well, I'm also gonna break down the door into all this men thing because y'all not gonna do this by yourself. Mary Jane Patterson and Alexandra Lucius Twilight, both of them I give credit to their courage, you spoke of courage, to their power and to their purpose in getting all of us here today to celebrate the incredibly dynamic class of 2022. Dear graduates, I celebrate your life. I celebrate your life, your light, and your strength. We will talk about today the pandemic and Donald Trump, and I'm gonna talk about white supremacy. But none of those things define you. And it is not fair that we would celebrate you overcoming things that should not exist. That's not fair, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because people will say it's not fair and then they won't celebrate it. And if you don't celebrate the triumphs, the tribulations, and the things that have prevented us and tried to stop us and even kill us from sitting in the seat with your tassel and gown, then you will get in the habit and practice of not celebrating yourself. And that'll mess you up psychologically. I want, as a national civil rights activist, as an organizer who fights for the liberation of black people, I want us to believe that the accomplishment that you made is progress for some of our ancestors' wildest dreams. I want you to be rooting for yourself and to say congratulations to each other, that despite the institution, the tests, the curriculum, the late nights, some of the relationships that, praise God, didn't work, I promise you it gets better. Where's my baby at? That's my boyfriend right there. Ow. And the money that you have spent to advance your ancestors forward, and more importantly, the doors that you are breaking down everywhere for not the future, but for people who are watching you. Every single one of you. Who's the oldest in their family? Especially us. But for everybody else who watches us, we are breaking down doors because you finished what you started. And I want to say this, I understand firsthand that against all odds in a system designed at its inception to deny you from the education that you are receiving and the liberation that you are here, we all want to pay our respects to you. Please give it up for the black graduates who believe that education is a right. You are resistance and you are unbelievable. You're not magical. You are unbelievable. You were in college while our nation's democracy was in shambles. And it still is. Some of the biggest moral questions of this nation came to the national debate stage, the presidential debate stage, in ways that were unprecedented. Things like education, things like voting rights, healthcare, climate change, gun violence, police abolition and defunding the police, immigration and migration, and women's rights. It all happened while you were in class. The world shut down for COVID-19, and I am remembering that in these last 4 years, in 2019, we lost Nipsey Hussle, and in 2021, we lost Kobe Bryant. The world is still spinning, and you are still conquering. Despite all of the ways that white supremacy has shown up, you've managed to build some of the world, this graduation class, the revolution generation, Generation Z and the millennials, you have worked to build some of the world's largest moments of resistance. The violence, you resisted the doubt. You resisted the desire to give up. You resisted conforming. And y'all resisted the haters. And in the last 4 years, you've been a part of leading the psychological paradigm shift to create solutions through international mobilizations. Y'all did that. You are the revolution generation. The Women's March, the March for Our Lives, the Justice or Else March, the Me Too movement, the climate strikes in July of 2020, the movement to end ICE and concentration camps for migrant children and families, and the Black Lives Matter movement. Y'all did that. You have said loud and clear that you don't believe in struggling anymore. You don't believe in the complicit behavior of decision makers. You don't believe in living to work your whole life. You don't believe in binaries of success and unsuccessfulness. Instead, you believe in living purposeful and with a joy-led life. You are the leaders of this resistance. To unlearn, to unbelieve, the resistance of white supremacy, the resistance against failure. You are the revolution generation. So what happens next with this revolution, with this resistance? What do y'all do next? That's why I'm here. Can I tell you what I think you all should be doing next with this resistance? As somebody who graduated a little over 10 years ago, 2011, I graduated from UC Santa Cruz, go Banana Slugs. Do y'all identify as coyotes? Oh, you do? Oh, y'all are proud of, okay. Because at Santa Cruz, we was Banana Slugs, and anybody was saying that on the stage. I was like, I don't know if they want me to call them Cody's, but okay. So, but now you're giving me permission, I know. Okay, so you all, as Greg Carr, who is one of my mentors, he's a professor at Howard University, he says, right now, the resistance next needs to not try to save the burning building. It means we don't try and save the burning building. It means we dance while the roof is on fire. That's what, anybody know that song? The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the mother burn. Okay. I couldn't resist. It means that we don't try to save the burning building. It means that we dance while the roof is on fire. That's what our ancestors did, and that's what we did in the uprisings over the last 4 years. Our ancestors gave birth to us in this way. The resistance is not about, as Huey P. Newton says in one of my favorite books, Revolutionary Suicide, it is not about resisting the powers of white supremacy, because that is meant to kill us. It's about living life as though white supremacy does not exist. So, graduates, don't stop living. Don't give up on living. Do not stop learning. Your next 3 things in this formula for resistance that I'm going to give you are: 1, have a bold, radical resistance. They will tell us not to celebrate. They do everything in our power to kill our joy. So I need you to have a radical resistance. Keep that joy. That black joy is revolutionary. You should be smiling from ear to ear today. for what you have accomplished. It's almost like your birthday. 2, I want you to have a formidable faith. That means inspiring fear or respect through being impressively large, powerful, intense, or capable. Your faith should be large, powerful, intense, and capable. Your faith should be large, powerful, intense, capable. Your faith should scare others. I did not have faith last October when I was asked to go to Oklahoma to stop the execution for Julius Jones. When the family called me and the coalition called me to organize a national strategy to get Julius Jones off of death row and free so he can be home by Thanksgiving, I was terrified. I spoke to Julius many of times over the phone and knew many of his personal friends. On the day of his execution, November 12th of 2021, I was standing in front of Oklahoma State Penitentiary, crying, scared. I had lost faith. And all the work that I had been asking people to do, all the work that I had been doing, all of the nightmares that I have had, I was afraid. And they stopped his execution 3 hours before it was going to happen. I say that and tell you that story because my faith for a couple of minutes was not large and impressive, and it didn't scare anybody. But it was the reminder that the work we do, that the movements you all have built will not go in vain. We may win and we may lose. Make sure that you have a formidable faith. And last but not least, 3rd, I want you to have an infinite imagination. I want you to have a limitless, an endless imagination, one that is impossible to measure or calculate. That takes practice, because in this world, our imagination is make a lot of money, get a big old house, have the kids, find a man, do all these things. And I want us to have a measureless imagination. What does it look like if there wasn't white supremacy and no rules? You've already crossed this fire. Now you are able to dream immensely, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, because I don't think anybody else is gonna say this to you. It doesn't get easier after this. I thought I found myself in college. I didn't. I found myself after I graduated, and then a couple years ago. That is a journey that you will continue. But I need you to have a radical resistance, a commitment to joy. I need you to have a formidable faith, one that is large, powerful, intense, and capable. I need you to have an infinite imagination, one that is limitless and endless. You have no idea how God is going to change your plans. I just need you to have faith. You have no idea how your road will be changed. I just need you to have joy. You have no idea what's going to happen to you, the family members around you, the friends you won't talk to anymore. I just want you to have faith. That's the formula. These things allow us to go from promise to present. The things that you were promised after graduation, the things that our ancestors promised us, the things that your family promised you, they will move from promises, things that you are hoping for, to present, things that are actually real. Congratulations to the class of 2022. Go and be present. Joy is the only revolution that we need, and I am honored to celebrate it with you. I'll see y'all in the streets. Thank you so much.
Another round of applause for Tiffany Dina Lofton, please. That was wonderful. All right, y'all, so this is the moment that we all been waiting for. All right, so the graduates, in preparation of crossing the stage, I will ask various parties to take their respective positions. So If the marshals can please stand at the end of each row. So Professor Richardson, Mr. Felix, graduates stay seated. Almost, not yet, not yet. Getting antsy, getting there. All right, so I'll ask Professor Irvin and Dr. Teixeira if they can take their positions at the microphones. All right. Awesome. All right, Dr. Henley and Dr. Robinson, if you can take your positions on the stage, please. So either one is fine. All right, Dean Muhammad, if you can take your position on stage. Oh, sorry. You're gonna go here.
All right, perfect, perfect.
All right, graduates, please stand. Follow the instructions of the marshals. All right, so as you hand your reader cards to either Professor Irvin or Dr. Teixeira, they will read your names. As you approach the stage, you'll be sashed by either Dr. Henley or Dr. Robinson. You will approach the microphone, have your 5-second shout out ready. We know it's gonna be longer than 5 seconds, but we should be good. We're good on time. So not yet, not yet. We're ready.
Vanessa Yvette Thomas.
Bird Lee Johnson.
Repeat it.
Is it on?
Mic was on. Go ahead. There you go.
Bird Lee Johnson.
I'd like to shout out to my family over there for all of your support, your love, and your encouragement. Love you all.
Cecilia, John, Jonathan, we're buying a house.
Sierra Castillo.
Shout out to my family, my friends, and my boyfriend. Thank you.
Tanisha Leslie.
Thank you, God. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Jay. Thank you to my family, and the marathon continues.
Candace Marie Watts.
Thank you to my family, my friends, my supportive boyfriend, and to my ancestors who paved the way for me. We did it. We are world changers. Congratulations to class of 2022. Woo!
The best first name of the day, Doll Scott.
Thank you, Mommy. Thank you to my bestie, my kids. I love you, baby. And Daddy, you're not here physically, but you're here with me spiritually, so thank you.
Kazeen Wilson.
Thank you to my family, my brother and my two sisters, and my parents especially, who really pushed me to go to grad school. So thank you. Oh, and shout out to the Pan-African Center. I love you. I love you, Charles.
Ray Smith. Repeat it. Cherie Smith.
Shout out to my family for being supportive, and to my ancestors for creating all this black girl magic. And I'd like to just thank God for this journey. And I want to tell everybody that there's no testimony without the test. I passed the test.
Tiffany Phillips.
Shout out to my mama and my baby girl. Thank you, mama. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support. And I just want y'all to know my mama is first generation graduate. I'm second generation graduate. And my baby is third generation graduate rising. Congratulations to the class of 2022, and thank you all so very much. I love you.
Maureen Mayaka.
thank you all. I give a shout out to my supportive husband, Esbon, my family back in Kenya. They were not here, but I appreciate them. And being an international student, I thank the CSUSB family for supporting me and all my friends I met here. Thank you.
Daryl Moore.
All my family, my Moravians, I love y'all.
Markeisha Barbie.
Y'all got me out here emotional. Thank you to my family for all the support you guys have given me, the late night papers that you guys have helped me with and encouraging me on this journey. As Ms. Tiffany said, after 13 years, I have finished what I started.
Simeon Miller.
Thank you for my family for putting up with me, even though I can be a handful. We did it. And congratulations to the class of 2022. I'm proud to be a second-generation Coyote. Let's go!
Rayhana Medlock.
God's timing is the best timing. Alhamdulillah for everyone that's here and those who couldn't make it. Skiwi.
Naisha Coker.
I want to thank my friends, my family that are here today, and my BSU exec board sisters that are graduating with me. Woo!
Chanel Renee Burnett.
First, I gotta give praise, honor, and glory to God because truly without Him, I would not be here. So I gotta first always recognize who is the Lord and head and Savior of my life. And I also want to thank my family, my friends, my loved ones. It's been a long journey, but we are here. Congratulations, class of 2022.
LaDeja Wright.
I just want to thank my family, my parents, and my support system, and God. Thank you.
Audra Nay Shields.
I just want to give all honor to God. I want to say thank you to my family and my friends for being supportive along my journey. And congratulations to all my Black grads of 2022. We did it, y'all, period.
Danny Ray Hutcherson.
I want to thank Jesus for working everything out together for good. Yeah. I want to thank my mom for driving over 5 hours to get here all throughout the night. Thank you, Mama. Yeah, and I want to thank my beautiful, black, fine, sexy, wife, Felicia. Yeah, for supporting me and giving me 11 kids. Thank you, Delisa, Delaray, Kavanaugh, Desiree, Delilah, Black Dahlia, Delavina, Danny Ray Jr., Marvelous. Yeah, black men, keep your families intact.
Okay. Okay, can we have quiet, please? I know those 11 kids stirred everybody up, but let's calm it down. Kanye Chibombo.
Thank you to everybody out there. I wish peace, love, unity, and respect to all of you guys, because thank you for being part of my journey, because life is all about the journey, not the destination, because the destination of life is death. Thank you so much.
Kyla Shallowhorn.
Well, they say it takes a village, so shout out to my village and my best friends wherever they're at. Now we could all go to sleep because I know I didn't sleep. So, congratulations.
Somaya Conley.
I want to give my most heartfelt shout out to my family for the overwhelming support, the overwhelming and most heartfelt advice, and for dealing with my very cantankerous behavior. My sustainability continues here on to grad school.
Tiana Osborne.
To my family, thank you. I love you guys so much and I appreciate your support.
Travis Love.
Hi, first of all, I want to shout out pre-gentrified Brooklyn. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It might not mean nothing to y'all, but it means a lot to me. Also, I know I'm at Cal State, but I need to let y'all know I'm shouting out San Bernardino Valley campus, Umoja Tumaini. Without them, there's no here, there's no this. So thank y'all. I love y'all.
Miles Gray.
Say thank you to my family and my friends who I've met through SOB and BSU for supporting me. Congratulations to the class of 22.
Justin McKinstry.
I want to shout out my amazing and beautiful family over there. I want to shout out to my mom for supporting me, all the love that she gave me. I want to shout out to my amazing girlfriend, all the late nights she stood up with me, make sure I finished my homework, right, even if my assignment deleted, right. Let's not talk about that trauma. Anywho, I want to shout out, lastly, I want to shout out me. I did this, right. I want to shout out me for not giving up on myself. I want to shout out me for believing in myself. And I want to shout out you amazing black men and women. You guys did it. Congratulations.
Raymond Moorhead Jr.
I want to give a big shout out to my amazing family. I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me through this amazing journey. And most importantly, to my big sister in heaven who passed away when she was in college. We did this together. Now we both have our degree. Thank you, everybody.
The little lady with the big voice, Angela Williams.
I'd like to give a shout out to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. I finished my bachelor's degree. Thank the Lord for my babies right there. They're all master degrees. And they're pushing mama through school. Grad school starts for me June 1st.
Alvinetta McDaniel.
To God be the glory for all the wonderful things he has done. I first want to thank God, but I want to thank my village right here on the front row. My husband, my children that are at home watching me. I have 9 children at home that are special needs. God allowed me to adopt them. And then to my professors that encouraged me. But I want to say this. You said don't put a period where God put a question mark. I am a 24-year stage 3 breast cancer survivor. Somebody said I would die, but God said I would live. Hallelujah. And so somebody needed to hear that today, that you can make it in spite of what you're going through, in spite of what anybody else says. When someone says you're going to die, say, no, I will live and not die. And to my prayer sisters on the line, thank you for praying me through every part of this journey. God bless you.
You're up.
Rochelle Ashley.
I just want to thank God, and I want to thank my family, and a special shout out to my grandma and my auntie Cheryl for always pushing me to go to school. And yeah, thank you.
Theodore Williams.
So first, I just want to thank God. I want to thank my dad, my brother Abraham, my mom, who 3 days ago couldn't even walk, couldn't even speak, but she's standing right there. She's standing right there to see me walk. First generation. And finally, I want to thank all my beautiful brothers and sisters because we are here. We made this, and sky is truly the limit. Thank you so much. Congrats, 22.
Savannah Milner.
Hi, I just want to say thank you to my family and friends for supporting me through this journey. It really takes a village. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 22.
Shantiqua Darby.
I want to thank my fiance and my kids and my big brother who always shows up no matter what. I love you and thank you for being here.
Sydney Thompson.
would like to thank my family, my parents, my grandparents, my uncle, aunt, and my cousin Allie. Thank you.
Bonnie Galloway.
I would like to thank God, my fiance, my family, my babies, my parents, because they helped me get to where I am now. They support me. Yes, and I just want to say thank you.
Khalila Mohammed.
Alhamdulillah, all praise due to God. I want to thank my beautiful girls in the audience, my husband. Thank you so much for putting up with me all this time. All my friends and family who are here to support me and the ones at home. I promised my mom on her deathbed I would finish school. I'm not done, but this is the start of the finish. So thank you and congratulations.
Aliza Butler.
This degree is mine, but is equally that of my God and my parents. Jocelyn, I love you. I'm obsessed with you since 7th grade, my family. I love all of you guys, and I thank you so much for being here.
Desiree Jones.
First of all, I want to thank God for bringing me this far. My birthday was on the 19th. I graduated psych major on the 20th, and now I'm here with all of you guys today. This is such a blessing for me. I want to thank my Oikos sister girls over there for kicking my butt up this road. I want to thank my little sister for blessing me and being there for me. I want to thank my other college graduates, well, students right here that will be the next generation, because I'm a first generation. And I just want to thank all of you guys for being my village.
Daniel Jackson.
I'd like to thank God. My children, I want you guys to be up here next. And the amazing woman coming up next, my wife, Superwoman.
Kimberly Dodd Jackson.
Thank God first, and my husband. Thank you so much for being here every step of the way. To my mom, you helped me through everything, and I can't thank you enough. And to my dad, I wish you was here to see this, but I know you watch it. And to my kids, I love y'all forever, and I do this for y'all. So thank all of y'all. Thank you.
Tatiana Turner Jones.
I just want to thank my family for always pushing me, for supporting me, and always showing up for me. I love you guys, and thank you so much.
Rachel Rogers.
I just want to thank God, my family and friends for being here to support me,
And to my children, Travion and Trinity, Mommy, love you.
Oluwatoyosi Akinremi.
Thank you to my sisters for always supporting me, my friends, my family, God, and to all my Black graduates. I'm so proud to share being Black and being a graduate with you. No matter where we go, we'll always have that. Nobody can ever take that from us. So.
Yes, ma'am.
Jade McDonald.
Okay, first, shout out to my family over there. And then just a special mention for Maya Price and Jennifer Apalugo. They were supposed to walk today, but they couldn't make it, so shout out to them.
Tylen Sands.
Hi, y'all. Hi, Robertson. I just want to thank God. Honestly, it's been a journey, and I am so grateful. Thank you to my family. Shout out to my mom, Mama, Papa, my dad, my grandma Avelia, godmother, everybody. And then to the faculty here on campus, I want to say thank you to Miss Kathy. Thank you to Charles, Miss Twyla, Robertson, Brandon, and Ashley. I appreciate all you guys for guiding me through my journey, and it's been a journey.
Imara Thompson.
First, giving honor to God, who is the center of my life. My family in the back over there, we love you so much. My daughter and my son, Amara I had 3 weeks ago. So giving honor to myself for making it right here today. I also want to especially make sure that I give honor to Black women. Black women, we are here. We are here, we are present. Black men, I know you are also here, but I want you to know that a Black woman birthed you today so you could be here. So appreciate the Black woman that got you here. And also understand that this Black woman is so appreciative to be here today. Thank you.
Tori Clark.
I just want to thank my family and my friends for always being there, supporting me, encouraging me, and just showing up for your girl. I love you guys.
Kristen Hackett.
I just want to say thank you to the amazing sisters that I have at BSU, to all my coworkers at Special Events and Guest Services, and in the words of Prophet Snoop Dogg, I'd like to thank me.
Chanel James.
To give thanks to the Most High God and His Son Jesus. I would also like to thank my family there in the back, my 3 children, my 4 grandchildren, my fiance. And I would like to dedicate this day to my nephew, Dante Dwayne Parker Jr., who was murdered by San Bernardino County Police in Victorville in 2014. His death gave me the courage to come back to school. I'm 55, looking good.
Hey!
Larisha Dees.
I'd like to first give honor to God. Oh God, I'm trying to cry. I want to thank my brother, his beautiful wife, and my nephew. They drove 6 hours to be here for me, and I really appreciate that. And I thank you to my daughter, my best friend, who's always here and always supported me throughout my journey. And I'd just like to thank everybody here.
Kenya Johnson.
I've been crying all day, y'all. I want to say thank you to my mom. I don't know where she is, but thank you for being a phenomenal Black woman. I want to say thank you to my dad because he's the epitome of a strong Black man. And I want to say thank you to my sisters for pushing me and my best friends and my dogs. Love you guys. Thank you.
Christian Andrews.
I'm church, y'all, giving honor to God who's ahead of my life, the pastor, the first, no, I'm joking. Giving honor to my family. I love y'all so much. Y'all will never know how much I love y'all. And to all of my graduating class, this is just one chapter. Let's keep the best-selling going.
All right. Davanya Woods.
So I want to thank my family and my friends for supporting me through this time. And it's just beautiful to be here with all these amazing Black people. And we're doing it, y'all. We making history.
Anonymous and Afra Kamal.
So mine is going to be a little long. I got permission for that. But I just wanted to read a scripture from Proverbs 16:3 that says, "Commit to the Lord in whatever you do, and your plans will succeed." I would not be standing here physically today if it wasn't for God, if it wasn't for the days where I prayed and cried on my knees that I would make it this far. I want to thank my parents, specifically my dad, who came here in the 80s from Sudan with nothing and went to get a master's degree and set that standard for me to where I couldn't quit. I want to thank my baby. I've been in school since he was born, and there were so many days where I wanted to quit, and I would look at this little face, and it would affirm that I couldn't. And my 18th month is old as well. This baby has been in class with me, so this is his degree too. He's had to sit in class with me some days. He's had to, want to play outside, but mommy had a paper due, and this is his too. There's a certain standard that we do set for our children, and if we aren't doing that standard, we can't set it. So these kids are my determination. I want to thank my life partner, my husband, for the days that he would work tirelessly overtime so that I could stay home with my kids and focus on school, and still, running on E, still helping with them at home. So regardless of anything, thank you. And thank you guys for everything, the support that the community does have for us. It's unmeasurable. So thank you so much.
Roriana Bowman.
Thank you so much. I want to thank my family that's over there. Yes, my dad and my sister who flew all the way from Columbus, Ohio to be here to see me walk across many stages this weekend. My boyfriend who, listen, his patience, I've been wearing it thin, y'all, so y'all gonna have to pray for him. And my kids for all the times that, Mommy, can we go to the pool? No, not today. Mommy, can we? No, not today. But now we going to the pool, and now Mommy is focused, so we getting into them books, baby, yes.
I just want to say congratulations once again to our graduating class of 2022. I know Sister Angela, she brought us to church in the beginning, and I feel like the minister holding us up from Sunday dinner, so I won't be here too long. I just want to definitely say you guys truly inspire us. It's a pleasure being the president of our Black Faculty, Staff, and Student Association. This is one of our signature events. You guys are truly what we are here for. You are what drives us every day. I just want to read a quote by a person that I truly admire, Malcolm X. Education is a passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Now you have your passport, the journey has just begun. So it doesn't stop here, it only begins here. So get those masters, get those doctorates. You know, you future CEOs, presidents, senators, teachers, professors. And one last thing I definitely want to do, this is a celebration, right? I want our graduates, please give a standing ovation to your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your grandmother, your stepmother, your pastor, your neighbor, your village. We're here to celebrate it with you as well, and we just want to make sure you guys get the praise as well. So thank you so much. I do got a few housekeeping things, but I definitely want to thank our planning committee. I want to thank Mr. Charles Gaylord for chairing this committee, as well as Ashley Howard. You guys did a wonderful job planning this. So, a few housekeeping things. Please, audience, please remain seated as we recess. Graduates, please stand as the faculty marshals will be leading you to the group photo location. Following the graduates will be the platform party and the faculty. After the faculty has recessed, you may greet your graduate at the reception right outside in our plaza deck. So can I please have the pace setters come up?